Alright, hello. Big Bessie's here. She's probably a little bit confused as to what's happening, but allow me to elaborate. I mentioned earlier this week that I decided to play through Banjo-Kazooie all over again. And the reason was because I learned so much the first time around, I was like, how fast can I beat through the whole game again? And like, can I do it all through memories? So I tend to do that, and prior to that and along the way I discovered a couple new things, so I wanted to show off my findings, starting with this one. This is in Mad Monster Mansion. You go down Lago, ask the pumpkin, and then boom, right there. Now here's the thing, I didn't see that the first time around, and there's a reason. This was covered by I don't remember whose video I was watching, but I'll leave the link in the description below, because that's how I was able to discover this. But basically in Mad Monster Mansion there are two Mumbo tokens that I guess share the exact same ID code, I guess. Yeah, so the one in the sewers and the one in the cellar room, those two share the same ID. So if you collect one without seeing the other one despawns. So in order to get both at the same time, you'll have to go into the cellar room, break the cellar that has the Mumbo token in it without collecting it, go into the sewer and grab this Mumbo token, then you gotta go back and grab the one in the cellar. I think I ended up messing up because I grabbed the one in the sewer without going back into the cellar room. So I was like, yep, that's a reset. And yeah, I had to, I made sure to save before doing every single level, but I was just like, it kind of sucks that I have to do this all over again. So yeah, I made sure to grab that. I don't know if this shows the part where I ended up going back to the cellar or not. But if it does, then I'll use this to... Okay, I think I do go back to the cellar here. Where's the pause button? I want to have that on standby. Yeah, so the cellar with the Mumbo token, again, you break that, but you don't collect it. Because if you do that and you leave, because of like, you know how like the rooms save in this game? Like as you go through it, so the game will recognize that you solved this. So it won't delete it. But if you don't break it, the game won't be able to identify that you saw that already, so... And also, if you collect the one in the sewer and then leave the level and then come back, then that one's just going to disappear. Because then the room's reset. So, don't make that mistake. Why do I have this one saved? I think I might just have this one saved for shits and giggles. I don't. Oh yeah, I remember. I just wanted to see if I can kill the shark in Rusty Bucket Bay, which I did. But anyways, once I beat all the levels and before doing Gruntilda's Furnace Fawn, I found myself short on 5 or 4 Momo tokens, so I had to scour through every single level just to find them, except for the first one, the Momo Mountain, that has 5. And you can't get a Termite transformation without 5 Momo tokens, so that's one less level I had to check. Yeah, but I think somehow I just ended up missing that one. Oh, and while I was looking for Momo tokens, I went out into the outskirts of Mad Monster Mansion and I realized there was a Brentilda location that I didn't even know about. Yep, I just... Also, for anybody curious, because I didn't really know this the first time around either, but like, I guess when you start a file in the game, like, the answers that Brentilda gives you are randomly generated, because I think there's like 3 to choose from, so she randomly gives you one of the 3, so the answers are not going to be the same in every single playthrough, so yeah, don't use a walkthrough as a reliable source of that, because it's going to be different depending on the file you're playing on. But yeah, this was all. Then I went back to looking at my OG file, and I'm just like, thank God I wasn't given the question with the Dragon's Foot question, because I would have never known that, because I didn't see this location. And I guess I was convinced that I remember seeing Lord Master 2000, but I guess in reality I just never did. But anyway, I eventually did bite the bullet and look up where the last 2 were. And yeah, it turns out they were just in this area, like, yeah. So specifically, like, 2 of them were like in like the little corners of like this weird thorn plant maze, and in my mind, I thought I grabbed this already, but in retrospect, I did say I had to reset the level because I fucked up the Momo token thing, so it's possible that I did grab those tokens the first time, but I didn't grab them the second time, so... Oh, and then I did the fight, which... nailed it. Oh yeah. Then the last thing I wanted to do, I wanted to try to do though, is those cheats again for the stop and swap eggs. Even though they didn't really do anything, I still thought it was interesting, so I want to see if I can collect them. And through a lot of trial and error, I actually managed to get them all. I'll leave a link in the description down below for the video I used, but I'll also leave a photo right here of all the cheat codes. Please note that you do have to type out, or I guess pound, but you have to spell out the word cheat before implementing any of these, otherwise it will not work. And then of course after you input a cheat code, you have to walk out, and then you gotta walk back in to implement another one. But yeah, I'll just show you what happens after you get each one. I think I did do this one on my OG file, I think. Yeah, this was on my original file. But yeah, doing that causes the island to rise up. And I do want to preface this because I also tried doing it on my second file as well, but I did find out that once you've unlocked the stop and swap eggs in one file, then they just will not exist for any other file in your game. I mean, Mumbo Jumbo, like, this is one of the ones that he showed off in the end of the game. And you'll know when you do it right when your game just, like, stops all of a sudden, and then it'll transition to where the egg is supposed to be. So that's how you'll know you did it right. But yeah, anyways, then the next thing I wanted to do was to get the ice key. Because that's the only one that Mumbo officially showed off. Was the one in Treasure Trove Cove, the ice key in Freeze Easy Peak, and then Gobi's Valley, the one in that. But yeah, you input that code. And again, if you want to rewind and like pause it, you like take note of all these codes you can, but oh yeah, and I think I just decided to just like do just every single other code before like going out and getting all the new shit. So I figured I'll just like show you guys this so you guys can see the transitional cutscene so you kind of have an idea of what you're looking for. Yeah, that opens up the door in Gobi's Valley, and then I think the next two. Yeah, the next two. The next two are in Mad Monster Mansion. For the record, like, this isn't really, I don't really think this is necessary for 100% in my opinion, but, you know, I just thought it was a nice, interesting feature they added in the game, so I figure why not. Yeah, but the one of them in Mad Monster Mansion is in the cellar room, and then this one's in the bathroom above Lago's head, which, yep, is just, there we go, right there. And then the last two, yeah, one in Rusty Bucket Bay, which we'll show momentarily, and then the other one's in Click Lock Wood. It's just very tedious having to ground pound every single letter. And, like, if you mess up by ground pounding just the wrong spot, then you just gotta start over from the very beginning. But I was determined. And yeah, I'm gonna show you how to get in some of these rooms momentarily. And then this one's the one for Nabna's table. Now, my dumbass, when I tried to find that, I didn't know what I was doing wrong. But then I realized last second, I was like, oh, it's in the winter room specifically. That's why I couldn't find it. But yeah, for the ice key, you just go in the Waz's cave. And then the entrance is right there. This was nice. It was such a cool concept though, but I can understand why they ended up having to take it out on the N64 version because it would have caused a lot of issues, I imagine. I think they did keep that feature in for the Xbox version though, or at least they re-implemented that for the Xbox version. So if that's the version you're playing on, then all this might be convenient for you, but it's not mandatory. Oh yeah, that's just me going back to Printilda for no reason. I don't even know if the game keeps track of which Printilda locations you visited, so I don't even know why you bother doing that. I guess I don't know. Yeah, so there's the one in the cellar. And next is the one in the bathroom. Oh, I thought I was going the wrong way. I don't know why I keep thinking the bathroom's on the other side of the mansion. I'm about to call myself out, but nah, I got it right the first time. And then for this one, you just gotta smash one of the windows. Well, okay, well, not that one. Yeah, it's the window towards the back on, like, the left side. And then here's how you get the last one. Again, you have to be in the winter room specifically, otherwise it will not spawn. You don't have to use the flying ability, by the way. I just wanted to use that for the sake of convenience, because I just thought it was easier. That's how you get that. And then for the sake of science, like I did, again, like I said, once you get it in one file, they won't transfer over to another file, but I just wanted to show this clip because I thought it was funny. Because case in point, like I typed out the bathroom one. And, yep, I don't know why. I just thought it was funny. It just zooms in on the toilet and like there's just nothing there. Anyways, love you to you, Big Bessie. Sorry this video was just a little bit unorganized, but I just wanted an excuse to report my findings, so if this helped you, then I'm glad to hear it, and yeah, I guess that's that. That's officially all the information that I was able to gather about the first Banjo-Kazooie game, so I love you guys, and I'll just talk to you later about some other bullshit or whatever, so peace out. Take care. Big head.